All right, well, we are here at the Goodwill today. We are at the Goodwill close to my house, so you know what that means. We may or may not have good luck. But we are here today. I decided to keep it close to home today because it is Walter's birthday, and we're going out to eat tonight, so I didn't want to travel an hour, 2 hours away, and not make it back in time because we've got celebrating to do. So anyway, I'm going to head in here, see what I can find that I can buy and flip for a profit. Hopefully we have good luck today. This place is always hit or miss. Always. So, here we go. This was the first item that I noticed on the shelf, and it was a little confusing because it was kind of a mix between a donut and a hamburger bun. I wasn't really sure exactly what it was supposed to be, so I left it there for someone else to figure it out. This obviously is a coin bank. I was a little bit startled there by the plug hanging off the bottom. It was unexpected when it swung at me like that. This piece on the end looked to be a salt glazed piece, so I picked it up to check it out. There was some scribbling on the back that appeared to be a signature, and it said paid for by the store electric or some election committee or something to that effect. I wasn't really sure this would have had a very limited market, and because it would have been a limited market, it probably wouldn't do so well in my shop in an auction format, and so that is something that I chose to leave behind. These looked cute, and when I turned them over, they had little Made in Sweden stickers on the bottom. And I thought those were cute. So with the little florals on them, I stuck them in my cart with the hopes that the tape would not rip away any paint. This dish had some lilacs on it, and at least I think they were lilacs. The box was empty. Compared to some of the other Goodwills we go to, these shelves are usually pretty bare. This fish, unfortunately, was missing one of his fins, but he was on what appeared to be real coral. I don't know if that's a thing, but it felt like coral. We had some plates there. This little vase I turned over to see if there were any markings, and it did have a Made in China sticker there on the bottom. Now, I had never seen one of these fancy fans in person, and so I decided to turn it on and check it out. And sure enough, there was a breeze. It was really nice. I noticed that the original price was $5.99, and Goodwill had it marked down for $2.99, but I figured, you know what, I might as well go buy a new one for $5.99 than buy it used for $2.99. I checked these out to see if they were glass, and with the tap test, they were plastic. We've got a mug, and there was some real schmutz on the bottom of that. So I was like, no, thank you. These were interesting. I liked the toll holders. They were kind of primitive looking. I liked that there was a pair of them. They were $1.97, which was kind of like the old pricing of our Goodwills. They used to be $97, now they're $99, but I left those. This, of course, had to check out the bottom. It was interesting because it was skinny. It was a skinny coffee pot. This was a vintage planter, clearly. You can see on the bottom it is marked Japan. It's made by Rubens. It was $1.99. It was probably worth $8 to $12. I could have made a few bucks on it, but I'm being selective because you've seen my shop and I have lots of inventory. My first thought on these were that they were juice cups, but I think they are actually part of an Italian decanter set and that the decanter has been long lost. This was a nice luster bowl. It was only 99 cents. Clearly someone had peeled the sticker there to get a better look at the mark, but I loved the luster and I loved the design on it. It was kind of Art Deco, and I decided to grab that. This, you can see the stain on it is kind of worn off. I'm checking out all the plates today. You know I'm desperate when I'm checking out plates, just for future reference. This piece right here is Poole Pottery, England. This is not a brand I'm familiar with, and so I decided to pick this up and check it out, look it up. It sells between $8 and $10, and I left it. This one also sells between $8 and $10, but I liked this design more. And there was no price on this one. They ended up charging me 99 cents. So whereas I left the last one, I decided that I liked this one better and I bought this one. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason to my decisions. I thought this was kind of cute. This, I was checking to see if it was an original painting, and of course not. It was not. This is FTD. Sometimes I come across mugs that are FTD. They could be worth like 20 bucks. I'm not sure about the vase. And I thought this was funny because this was the Bible my parents gave me when I was a child. Now this bowl here, we actually sold some identical bowls in the past, and I was never able to figure out who makes them, but I really liked the design on them. And so unfortunately that one had a giant crack on it. This purse with the bear was kind of cute. When I lifted it and I felt it, I could feel there wasn't a whole lot of quality there. These were interesting. These canisters were made to look similar to Rae Dunn, but you can see the prices there on the bottom, $3, $4, and $1.99, $3. So they were discounted $1 here at the Goodwill, which I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so when I picked this up, I expected it to be a wooden lacquer. It was 99 cents, but this is actually a pottery piece. So that kind of threw me a little bit. I was like, why is this so heavy? And then I was really interested and confused at the same time because it was made of pottery. And I absolutely loved how vibrant the birds were on it. They were so gold and vibrant in contrast with that red. So it was a very puzzling and interesting piece, and I stuck it right in my cart. These, however, were spray painted. I was like, oh, those are neat. I like the, okay, they're spray painted. Never mind. This I turned over. There is an Anthropologie vase that is very similar to this that has an applied flower on it. It's kind of this similar ribbed design. So I thought, you know what, maybe on the other side there's an applied flower, but it wasn't. It was ribbed all the way around and there was no applied flower to it. That was just a resin little hunting scene. I'm kind of just scanning the shelves at this point. If I don't see anything worth going down the rest of the shelf, I kind of just pivot and go the other direction. I liked this teapot, but without the little cups to go with it, it really wasn't worth it to me. And then I found this. You're probably wondering why I bought this. It's IKEA. It was $1.99. I thought that Juliet would think it was very cute. And so I bought this for my daughter because she loves snacks. And I thought it would be really cute, loaded with snacks, especially popcorn. Definitely popcorn. Now, this plate was interesting. I don't often pick up single plates, but this one, for some reason, I was like, you know what? That's interesting. It's marked Pope Gauzier, but this dog image on the front, it was almost like it was on newspaper. I don't know if you can kind of see the newspaper there on the background. It was very curious, and so for 99 cents, I decided to pick up the curiosity. These wine glasses down here reminded me of that one time we went into Goodwill and there was all that Easter stuff. They had rabbits painted on them. This I turned around, it was J.C. Penney's. It kind of reminded me of that Mackenzie Childs that I'm looking for. And then this This kind of looked like a Villeroy and Boch from far away, but it was not. I believe, wait, was that $9.90? It was. I just rewound it to look again. They wanted $9.99 for that plate. Be tripping. I don't know, maybe it's worth more than I thought. This right here, I think is a lid. It strikes me as a lid just because it has that lip there. It was only 99 cents, but I think it's a lid. The design on this was interesting, and when I turned it over, there was a very faint marking there. You can see it's Asian characters. And this, so this is curious because I thought, you know what, that might be jeweled Lenox. When I turned it over, you can see the Made in China sticker. For the jeweled Lenox is usually marked Lenox, but I think that's the second time I've been fooled thinking a piece is jeweled Lenox, and it is a Made in China piece. So it's important to look for that Lenox mark because it's going to be there if it's Lenox. And then I found this, and I was like, this is actually pretty cool. This is probably, I want to say 1970s, and I'm just guessing. I haven't really researched it, but I thought it was really, I think if it was a single piece, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But the fact that the entire set was there and there didn't appear to be any damage, I was like, you need to get in my cart right now. So I loaded it all in my cart, and I thought it was pretty exciting. This was a pottery elephant, and the reason I grabbed it is because I thought that maybe it was soapstone. When I got a closer look at it, I realized it was pottery. Unfortunately, you can see the tip of his trunk is broken there. He's got a chip on the ear. He's in kind of sad shape, but he's only $1.99. Sometimes I'll make exceptions for chipped stuff when I'm at the Goodwill, just because the price point is so low. Other times, I won't. So I decided to peek in this bin. I usually don't dig through the bins unless they've been abandoned because I don't like getting in the way of the workers. That's just my thing. I'm not really seeing a whole lot here. There's a little votive thing here. They have it marked for, well, the original price was $5, so I wanted to see what they were charging on that. These were kind of cute. I thought, oh, are those Rae Dawn? Maybe. No. There you go. There's the Avon. I'm still not ready yet, though. Still not ready. It is pretty, though. I will give it that. You know, that is a pretty Avon bottle. These were kind of nice. Those were nice, too. Now, I decided to look through the clear glass, and the first thing I picked up was this paperweight. I wasn't sure if the jellyfish glowed. If he did, I might have grabbed him for the kids, but I just wasn't sure. The leaf was interesting. Not interesting enough, though. I like to look through the clear glass, even though it's not my favorite. I've had good luck in the clear glass in the past, and so I try not to dismiss it. And now I've found Jesus. This is a paint by numbers. It is The Last Supper, and the reason I bought this is because I watched George the Antique Nomad sell this at an antique show in Ohio for $45. And I thought, you know what? I'll pay $2.99 for that. We can stick it in our booth at the antique mall, and maybe I can sell mine for $45. So I thought it was really nice paint by numbers. It's a little large to ship, but it's a good booth piece, I think, for only $2.99. I also liked the colors in this painting right here. The squirrel was adorable. This lamp was modern. It was modern, but it was very curious. It had like these nylon strands in it. And then I found a rocking chair. It was only $24.99. And would you believe it? I left it behind. I did. I left it behind. It was a really nice rocking chair. I just thought to myself, you know what? What am I going to do with more furniture? You've seen my shop. There's a lot of furniture. I don't need it. These were cool though. This was artwork of some sort. I have no idea what exactly. One says the Beach Boys, but the one on top looks like it is signed. So I found that to be interesting. And obviously, I would take it out of the frame and check it out a little closer. We wouldn't ship it in the frame. It was only $2.99, so why not take a chance on it? It's a $3 chance I'm willing to take. We've got some terracotta pottery for $2.99. It was interesting. I didn't know if it was for like a candle. This was an Italian bottle for $1.99, made in Italy. It had kind of a leather wrapping to it. I kind of looked it over and I thought to myself, you know what, this is actually a really interesting display piece. I could see it sitting on a bookshelf or something as a display piece. Not really a functional piece, but I could definitely see it as a display piece. So I decided to grab that. And that was the moment when they wheeled out the new cart. And I was like, nobody is around. There are no workers here. I'm going in. So first was the Gonder. And then I was struggling with my camera and the worker walked up and I'm like, oh my God, she's going to yell at me. But she wasn't. She was very super nice. And she told me, I just put a picture over on the shelf. It looked really old. Do you like old stuff? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'll go get it for you. I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay. So this is everything I was able to grab. I got the Gonder vase, which unfortunately does have a crack there, but for $1.99, even if I make $15, it's okay. This was the most exciting piece, and I really like this one. Honestly, I don't know who makes it off the top of my head. It's got a little chip there, but it's super heavy, and it just feels good, if that makes sense. And then I just, I got that red pitcher and I got a white pitcher and we got some good stuff. I was pretty pleased with it. And then I spotted the cottageware. So some of these pieces are made in England. Some of them are made in Japan. These ones were not marked, which makes me think that they may have had a made in Japan sticker at one point. And as you can see, there was chips on the spout of the teapot. And so I left it. I left the cottageware. But as I was scanning this shelf, I noticed this very adorable little bear with the eyes. And I wasn't sure exactly its purpose. I wasn't sure if it was a little note holder. I'm assuming it was probably a note holder. That makes the most sense. But it was a heavy piece, and it still had both of its eyeballs. A lot of the times the little rhinestones or jewels will fall out of the eyes. And so you got to ride up there in the front. This was a nice little old-fashioned wooden car. The bowl was very heavy. It was made in Korea. It would have made a nice decorative piece. This in the back, I thought maybe it was carved wood. I checked it over, and on the inside it said made for FTDA. I believe it was a floral arranging piece. And here we have a old piece of pottery. I believe it's old. It struck me as being old, but it was an interesting piece. It was 99 cents, and I liked the feel of it. I also liked the looks of this chicken for $1.99. This struck me as possibly being made in Mexico. Not 100% positive on that, but I definitely liked the chicken. And then I found the figurines. This one I think may have been left in. And she still had her necklace. She had her flowers, her dress. She was in really good condition. And I thought she was adorable. So, of course, I put her in the cart with all of the other things that I've collected over this entire shopping trip, which was a lot, considering they no longer have bags or boxes to give to you, and I didn't have any in my car. I was not expecting to find this many things. That little, I think it was a butter dish, had a chip on it. We've got a little Tonala style vase, but as you can see, that also had a chip on it. A lot of the things are chipped or damaged, it appears, except for that little figurine. This kind of threw me for a second because I'm like, that looks like a tourist piece, and I turned it over and it says 150 and it's got the dollar sign, and I'm like, what? And then I realized it said pesos. I'm like, okay, never mind, that makes more sense. I had a real moment there. That was a moment. Well, I forgot to film my outro. I already got home. But my total spend there was $45. That was super exciting when she brought that new bin out, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much good stuff in the bin. Look who's staring at me. He's like... no, so that was really exciting. I'm like, wow, okay. Get out of here. All right, well, I'm gonna head inside now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was definitely a hit today, not a miss. Maybe I need to frequent that Goodwill more often. I always see that, and then I go back 2 times and it's a bust, and I'm like, I'm never going back here. And then I have a good trip there, and then I'm like, I'm gonna do this again more often. So I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna head inside now. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see all of you tomorrow. So long. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. In case you spotted something you just can't live without, we do post 25 to 30 new items in our eBay shop every single day, and I've posted a link to that down in the description.